Hey, welcome back to Overhead Athletics. Today I'm joined by Drew. He's one of our high school athletes, another one of our big, tall guys, 6'5". He's going to be moving on to play at the next level here soon at Ball State, but we're dealing with a little bit of just irritation coming down next to the scapula, and we're working on a little bit of cervical traction, cervical posture, a little soft tissue mobilization on that medial scapula as it comes around, or that dorsal scapular nerve kind of comes down that medial border of the scapula there on the throwing side. So if you turn around here for him real quick, go ahead and stand up here for me. You can see he's got the height, he's got the long levers, but just a little soreness coming down and around this angle here. Some of it is just a little soreness and weakness through the periscapular muscles, but we're also dealing with a little bit of nerve irritation coming down this way. So we've talked about working on cervical posture, but we're also doing some things where he's on his back. We're doing a lot of cervical traction for him. And one of the things that we've had good success with, if you scoot down a little bit this way for me, keep going, keep going, keep going, is thoracic manipulations where bend your knees up, scoot over this way, where we actually can wind him up behind the neck here. We roll him over. I take my hand kind of in this grip here right to where we start to get some discomfort or feel stiff, wherever that is. I come over top, and I should feel the scapula move down and back, and then I just give him a little manip, and a little manip, and then we're gonna have him roll to his belly. And we'll get a little bit more of our thoracic manipulations in here, and then we move back on to exercise. So I'm going to show you a little bit at the end of this video of what we're doing in terms of exercise to work on scapular positioning. Deep breath, and out. One more. Good. So it actually is moving pretty well here. One more. Deep breath. Good. So from here, we've done what we're going to do in terms of the thoracic spine. We're going to come back, do a little bit of exercise, and then we'll come back and work just a little bit on the neck. So now we're going into a posterior slide activity here. We're going in with neutral spine to the neck, thoracic extension, but posterior pelvic tilt. So he's tucked his butt under nice and tight with his core. Now he's going to slide back. So go ahead and slide back. And he's going to keep his core tight. I don't want to see any lumbar extension. And then he's going to come up. So we're actually working on functionally lengthening the hip flexors as he goes into this posterior slide. Tighten your core harder. Tighten your core hard, 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 hard. Nice neutral spine. A little bit more retraction and depression. So pull these down and back a little bit more. Good. And the goal is to get these guys moving better through the whole entire kinetic chain. We see that he really likes to extend through the lumbar spine, but he also likes to extend through the neck with a lot of activity, and that gives him radicular symptoms down into the back. Radicular symptoms being compression from a nerve root in the cervical spine that's giving him irritation down the back. And we were able to confirm that with a little differential diagnosis on the first day, where we actually put him in a provocative position of his shoulder. Ow, I'm feeling it down next to my scapula. We tractioned his cervical spine, didn't change anything with the arm, and the pain went away. Compressed the cervical spine, increased the pain. So we've pretty much confirmed we're dealing with a cervical issue, but he's got a lot of periscapular weakness, kyphotic positioning of the chest, and hypermobility in the lumbar spine, secondary to weakness in the core. So all of those things come into play. Don't even go so low, so you're losing that pelvic position. Switch legs really quick. And then we follow this up with a little bit of core co-contraction coordination training with the aqua bag. Good, right there. Back leg has to stay straight, so we're working on a lot of flexibility in the lower extremities. At the same time, we're working on strength here through the core, cervical spine positioning. Okay, from there, let's show them for the purpose of the video, our aqua bag march. So straight overhead with the bag. He's going to go straight overhead here, core's nice and tight, arms up, and then he's just going to do a march and rotation. So I want you to turn towards the knee that's up. Good, and all the turn happens through the chest. He's rotating as a pillar. There's no deviation into side bending or flexion or extension. Turn your whole chest, don't turn your arms. There you go. Turn your head with it. Turn your head with your chest. Good. Turn your head with your chest. Makes it more difficult as he turns everything. You can see how difficult this is. He should be able to rep through this like it's nothing. So we're training it, and this is already better than the first day. So these are just a few of the things that we'd work on whenever we're working with somebody who's athletic but has just a little bit of medial scap issue. And 98% of the time that you have medial scap pain or pain next to the medial border of the scapula, you're dealing with something coming from the neck, except for those instances where you just have a bit of a strain after working out. Good. All things come into play when you have these issues, and especially when you have a higher level athlete. So worst case scenario, he still has a little discomfort, but he's more flexible in his legs, better through his core, better shoulder stability, and then he can move through the throw more efficiently and produce more force. Good. Very nice. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.